Has this ever happened to you?
I can't believe I failed that test. I studied for hours last night.
Here's what Sally did wrong. There are three key aspects of smart studying: retrieval, spacing, and variability. These techniques can help you get from this to this. First, retrieval.
But I reread my notes over and over.
Sally's first mistake was to simply look over the material. Learning works best when you practice retrieving the information. Retrieving the information involves attempting to remember the information without the use of notes. Reading the material multiple times makes it seem like you are learning, but you are really just learning to recognize the information. To learn the material rather than recognize it, you should add retrieval practice to your study session. Simply put, test yourself before you study. You can do this by quizzing yourself frequently instead of rereading notes. Once you've attempted to remember the information, then you can check your answers. Flashcards are a good way to do this. Use one side to write a keyword. This can be a name, vocabulary word, or important fact. Write the information you need to know about this word on the other side. When you study, look at the keyword and try to recall the information on the back. You can use the back to check your answers after you've made an attempt to remember. Once you are able to recall all of the details on a specific flashcard, separate those cards and focus on the cards that are not yet mastered. Every once in a while, you should go back and review both piles. Next is spacing.
I crammed for hours last night.
Sally's next mistake was to try and cram all of her study time into the night before the test. The best way to study for a test is a little bit at a time. Take 15 minutes a day to practice retrieving the material. It all adds up to the same amount of time, but you will get more out of your study time. Finally, variability. Sally's mistake was to study the same way without any changes. The smart way to study is to change the order of the topics that you are studying. You can do this by studying the flashcards for one class, then switching to a different class rather than repeatedly studying for one class at a time. Also, be sure to vary the order of the flashcards for each class. You want to study them in as many different orders as possible. Let's put your newly learned skills to the test. Answer the following questions about the information you've learned from the video. Question 1. True or false? Studying is most effective when you study large amounts of material at once. Question 2. True or false? It is most effective to study for a few minutes each day rather than for hours one day. Question 3. Which of these techniques will not help you learn? A. Variability. B. Cramming. C. Retrieval. Or D. Spacing. Question 4. This quiz is an example of what study technique? A. Variability. B. Spacing. C. Retrieval. Or D. Cramming. If you use these basic principles of learning, you can get more use out of your time. Creating appropriate study habits will increase your memory for the information and ensure that no matter what class you're taking, you'll be able to pass with flying colors.